Most men believe that waking up multiple times at night to urinate, feeling constantly tired, or struggling to get quality sleep is just a natural part of aging. It's easy to accept these discomforts as something inevitable after you hit a certain age, especially past 60. But here's the truth. Aging alone is not the villain. In fact, there are small but dangerous habits you might be repeating every single night that are quietly harming your prostate and robbing you of your health and peace of mind. These seemingly innocent bedtime routines are actually making prostate inflammation worse, putting more pressure on your bladder, and preventing your body from entering the deep, restorative sleep it desperately needs. You're not just waking up to pee. You're waking up because your body is trying to fight through poor habits that make healing nearly impossible. But here's the good news. You're not stuck with these problems. You're not doomed to live with broken sleep, nagging urgency, or constant fatigue. In this video, I'll reveal 7 specific nighttime habits that are silently damaging your prostate. And more importantly, how to fix them. These are mistakes I see almost every day in my patients, and once corrected, the results are incredible. And stay with me until the end, because I'll also share what I believe is the most dangerous nightly habit that many men overlook entirely. It's the silent killer of prostate health, and chances are you're doing it too. Before we dive in, let me ask you a quick favor. Drop your first name and where you're watching from in the comments. I love seeing how far this community reaches. And if you're serious about taking control of your health, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a tip. You can also leave any questions or health concerns in the comments below. I read them all and might feature yours in a future video. Alright, let's get started. These are the 7 nightly habits that could be quietly damaging your prostate health, and what you can start doing tonight to turn things around. The first habit might surprise you because it sounds healthy on the surface, drinking plenty of water. We've all heard how important it is to stay hydrated, especially as we age. But drinking too much water at the wrong time, especially before bed, can silently wreak havoc on your prostate and bladder. Here's why. When you load your system with fluids late in the evening, your bladder has to work overtime while you're trying to sleep. For men over 60, the bladder is already more sensitive and the prostate may be slightly enlarged, adding even more pressure to the area. This makes it nearly impossible to sleep through the night without interruptions. But there's a deeper issue here. Every time you wake up to urinate, your body is pulled out of deep sleep. This is the phase where real healing happens, especially for your prostate. Without that uninterrupted rest, inflammation continues to simmer, and your energy levels take a hit the next day. What feels like a simple trip to the bathroom is actually preventing your body from repairing itself. So, what's the solution? Start by managing your water intake earlier in the day. Aim to drink most of your fluids before 6 p.m., so your body has time to process and release excess water well before bedtime. In the 2 hours leading up to sleep, try to avoid drinking much, especially large glasses of water or beverages like tea, which can act as diuretics. And if you're on any medications that cause increased urination, talk to your doctor about possibly adjusting the timing. Something as small as changing when you take a pill can reduce nighttime disruptions. Hydration is still crucial, just not at the cost of your sleep and prostate health. The key is timing. Make this small adjustment, and you'll likely notice fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom and more refreshing sleep starting in just a few nights. The second habit that quietly damages your prostate and disrupts your overall health is something many of us do without a second thought. Lying in bed and watching TV. Before falling asleep, it feels relaxing, even comforting. But here's the truth. This seemingly innocent routine could be sabotaging your prostate health night after night. Let's break it down. First, the blue light emitted by TVs, smartphones, and tablets suppresses melatonin production. Melatonin isn't just important for falling asleep. It also plays a critical role in your body's healing and inflammation regulation. When melatonin levels drop due to late-night screen exposure, your body's natural ability to repair the prostate during deep sleep is weakened. But that's only part of the problem. When you're lying in bed or lounging on the couch for long periods, especially in a slouched or curled-up position, blood flow to the pelvic area becomes restricted. Poor circulation in the pelvic region can worsen inflammation and contribute to issues like urinary urgency, discomfort, and poor prostate function over time. The prostate is a small gland, but it's incredibly sensitive to changes in blood flow and inflammation. So what can you do instead? Try limiting screen time at least 30 minutes before bed. That gives your brain time to unwind naturally and allows melatonin levels to rise, setting the stage for deep, restorative sleep. Use this screen-free time to do something calming, stretching, reading a physical book, journaling, or practicing deep breathing. Even 5 minutes of quiet relaxation before bed can trigger a major improvement in how you sleep and how your body heals. This one shift, replacing late-night screen time with mindful wind-down time, can dramatically improve both your prostate health and your sleep quality. Remember, your body doesn't need entertainment right before bed, it needs peace. The third nightly habit that can silently damage your prostate is one most men never even consider: going to bed while constipated. It may sound unrelated, but your digestive system and prostate are closely connected, both physically and functionally. When your intestines are backed up, it doesn't just affect your gut, it puts direct pressure on your prostate and bladder, creating a chain reaction of uncomfortable symptoms. Think of it this way: when your bowels are full, especially the lower intestine, they take up more space in your pelvic cavity. This added bulk presses against the prostate and the bladder, increasing the sensation of urgency, even when your bladder isn't full. That means more nighttime trips to the bathroom, more interrupted sleep, and more strain on an already sensitive area. But the consequences don't stop there. Chronic constipation can also lead to poor pelvic blood flow, which weakens your body's ability to heal inflammation in the prostate. Over time, this can worsen issues like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and lower urinary tract symptoms. So how do you fix it? It starts with what you eat. Make sure your dinner includes fiber-rich foods like leafy greens, prunes, chia seeds, or whole grains. These help keep your digestive system moving naturally. Also, a short walk after dinner. Why, even just 10 minutes can stimulate bowel activity and prevent things from getting backed up. If you're still having trouble, consider using magnesium citrate or a gentle fiber supplement to promote regularity. But avoid becoming dependent on harsh laxatives, as they can cause more harm than good in the long run. The goal is simple: go to bed with an empty, comfortable gut. When your intestines are clear, your bladder and prostate aren't under extra pressure, and your body can finally focus on deep rest and repair. Habit number 4 may seem minor, but skipping it consistently can quietly damage your prostate over time. It's the act of going to bed without urinating first, especially when you don't feel a strong urge to go. Many men think, "I'll just go later if I wake up." But that decision could be setting you up for bigger problems. Here's why it matters. Even if your bladder doesn't feel full, it likely still contains OX, residual urine, a small amount of fluid left behind after urination. As men age, especially those with even mild prostate enlargement, the ability to completely empty the bladder diminishes. That leftover urine becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, irritation, and inflammation. When you skip your pre-bed urination, that residual fluid just sits in the bladder for hours. It increases pressure on both the bladder wall and the prostate gland, leading to infrequent nighttime urgency, poor sleep, and a greater risk of urinary tract infections. Over time, This ongoing pressure can exacerbate prostate issues and contribute to chronic discomfort. So what's the simple fix? Make it a nightly ritual to urinate right before bed, even if you don't feel like you need to. Stand or sit in a relaxed position and take a moment to fully empty your bladder. No rushing. Breathe deeply and give your body time. This helps reduce bladder pressure, keeps the prostate from being overstressed, and lowers your chance of mid-sleep wake-ups. It's a small, intentional habit, but like many of the tips in this video, its power lies in consistency. Just by giving your body that final reset before bed, you're supporting better urinary function, reducing inflammation, and creating the right conditions for healing throughout the night. The fifth habit that silently harms your prostate might seem like a harmless indulgence: eating salty snacks at night. Whether it's a handful of chips, a few crackers, or even salted nuts, this small decision can have surprisingly large consequences for your prostate health and sleep quality. Here's what happens behind the scenes. Sodium, the key ingredient in salty snacks, causes your body to retain water. This water retention increases the blood volume and pressure, which in turn puts more strain on your bladder. Your kidneys, trying to rebalance your system, ramp up urine production, especially at night when your body is less active. The result? You wake up more frequently with the urgent need to urinate, fragmenting your sleep and keeping your prostate inflamed. But there's more. High sodium intake is also linked to chronic inflammation, which directly affects the prostate. For men already experiencing symptoms of BPH, benign prostatic hyperplasia, or prostatitis, salty snacks can subtly worsen the discomfort and urgency without you realizing the root cause. So what can you do about it? First, take a moment to check food labels. Even healthy snacks can contain hidden salt. Look out for sodium levels in canned soups, packaged trail mix, or even so-called wellness bars. Instead, switch to low-sodium alternatives that actually support your prostate health. Great options include pumpkin seeds, rich in zinc and plant sterols, bananas, loaded with potassium, and plain yogurt, a good source of probiotics for gut and immune health. If you need something crunchy or filling before bed, try air-popped popcorn with no added salt or a piece of fruit paired with a spoonful of nut butter. These choices are not only gentler on your prostate, they also support better sleep, fewer bathroom trips, and lower overall inflammation. Remember, what you eat in the last hour of your day directly affects how your body performs overnight. Choose wisely, and your prostate will thank you. The sixth habit that often goes unnoticed, but can have a surprisingly negative impact on your prostate, is sleeping on your stomach. While this position might feel comfortable for some men, especially those who've used it for years, it's one of the worst sleep postures when it comes to protecting and healing your prostate. Let's break it down. When you sleep on your stomach, your entire pelvic area, including the prostate, gets compressed under your body's weight. This continuous pressure restricts blood flow to the region, making it harder for your body to deliver oxygen and nutrients that are essential for healing and repair. Over time, poor circulation in the prostate area contributes to inflammation, tissue stiffness, and slower recovery from minor issues. Stomach sleeping also causes misalignment in the lower back and pelvis, which can create tension in the muscles around the bladder and prostate. That misalignment can worsen urinary urgency, discomfort during the night, and even contribute to postural issues that linger into your daytime movements. So, what's the better option? The ideal position for most men, especially those concerned with prostate health, is sleeping on your side, preferably the left side. This position supports better blood flow, reduces internal organ pressure, and aligns your spine and pelvis more naturally. To stay comfortable and maintain good posture, place a pillow between your knees. This stabilizes your hips, keeps your back aligned, and prevents rolling into unhealthy positions during the night. If you're a lifelong stomach sleeper, this change may take some time, but gradually training yourself to sleep on your side can make a real difference, not just for your prostate, but for your overall circulation, digestion, and sleep quality. Sometimes, small shifts in how we rest can deliver powerful healing over time. Give your body the space it needs to recover. Your prostate doesn't need pressure. It needs peace, movement, and flow. The seventh and perhaps most underestimated nightly habit that harms your prostate is going to bed stressed. Most men don't connect emotional stress to physical prostate health. But the truth is, your body doesn't separate mental tension from physical inflammation. They're deeply intertwined, and ignoring one can worsen the other. When you go to bed carrying the weight of the day, worrying about work, finances, relationships, or your health, your brain triggers the release of cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Cortisol isn't inherently bad. It's part of the natural stress response. But when it remains elevated over time, especially during the hours meant for healing and rest, it leads to chronic inflammation. That inflammation doesn't just float around in your body aimlessly. It targets sensitive areas, including the prostate, which is particularly vulnerable to changes in hormonal balance and immune response. High cortisol weakens the body's ability to repair tissue, reduces immune defense, and makes it harder for the prostate to heal from existing irritation or enlargement. Worse yet, stress contributes to poor sleep quality, shallow breathing, and muscle tension in the pelvic region, all of which amplify urinary urgency and discomfort during the night. So what's the fix? Make it a priority to actively unwind before bed. Don't wait for sleep to just happen. Create space for it. Start with simple, proven techniques like deep breathing, light stretching, or listening to calming music. Journaling for just 5 minutes can help release mental clutter. You don't need an hour-long routine, just a few focused minutes to transition your body from fight or flight to rest and repair. And don't overlook emotional support. Talk to a friend, a therapist, or a support group. Prostate health isn't just physical, it's emotional too. The calmer and more centered you are before bed, the more your body can focus on healing during the night. Remember, your body is always listening. What you take into sleep, whether peace or pressure, shapes how well your body heals. Make peace a habit. Now that we've covered the 7 nightly habits silently harming your prostate, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Prostate health isn't built overnight. It's built in the quiet, consistent choices you make every day. It's not about perfection. It's not about massive lifestyle overhauls. It's about small, sustainable shifts that reduce inflammation, support natural healing, and improve your sleep quality, night after night. If there's one thing I've learned after helping thousands of men regain control over their prostate health, it's this. Your body doesn't demand perfection. It just needs consistent care. When you give it the right environment, less stress, better circulation, smarter hydration, and sleep that truly restores, healing happens naturally. That's why I recommend tracking your progress with a simple routine, or if available, a prostate health app that lets you monitor sleep quality, urinary frequency, and mood. When you see progress, even small wins, you're more likely to stay committed. And commitment is what leads to transformation. So here's your challenge. Pick just one of the 7 habits we covered today and start changing it tonight. Don't wait until the symptoms get worse. Start now with one decision. If you found value in this video, don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to the channel for weekly tips on men's health, turn on notifications, and most importantly, leave a comment with your first name and location. I read everyone. Let me know which of these habits hit home for you and what you're ready to change. And if you have questions or topics you'd like me to cover in the next video, drop them in the comments below. Your voice helps shape this community. You're not alone in this. Your health is worth fighting for. Let's take that first step together tonight.